Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back for another episode in our Compliance Week 2023 speaker series. Today, I'm thrilled to have with me Kelli Hooke and Megan Visk. Ladies, first of all, welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Can we start off with you, Kelli? And could you tell us what your current role is?
I am managing corporate counsel at T-Mobile, overseeing our public sector compliance program from the legal perspective. So we have other folks doing compliance, but for public sector compliance, I lead that team.
Megan?
I am Megan Campbell-Visk. I am the Director of Compliance Risk and Data Analytics at T-Mobile. My team is responsible for compliance risk assessments and monitoring, the continuous improvement program, our ethical culture assessment, and then recently we have embarked upon building a data and analytics program in support of compliance and ethics.
And Monica, first of all, welcome. We are introducing ourselves. So, can I ask you, what is your current role?
Hi, yes, good afternoon. Thank you, and good to see you, Tom. My name is Monica Lopez Reinmiller. I am Assistant General Counsel to Panasonic North America and Head of Ethics and Compliance for Panasonic Avionics. My role spans many things, including providing legal advice. So I wear two hats. I lead a program, and I also provide legal advice, oversee things like white collar investigations. My primary areas of practice as a lawyer for the company are white collar investigations, trade compliance, and FCPA. But I lead a team of international compliance professionals who oversee a dedicated program at Panasonic Avionics.
Tell Lou Sepperman I said hello.
Sure will.
You all are on a panel entitled Hiring Compliance Professionals from Interns to Senior Compliance Roles. And what I'd like to do now is ask, in the same order, what are a couple of teasers each one of you hope to be able to communicate from your panel? So, Kelli?
I really would like to hear from the audience on a lot of things. We're going to talk about different hard skills and soft skills. And just from hearing what the three of us do, there's a lot in compliance and ethics. And it's not all attorney work. Some of it's attorney work, some of it's analysts, and the hiring of a data analyst to just start looking at this. And so we're going to put out a bunch of ideas that we think that you'd be looking for hard and soft skills, but we're going to be excited to hear from the audience and make it a true workshop on what are they looking at for hard and soft skills.
Megan?
I think for me, one of the things I'm really looking forward to, as Kelli mentioned, not only hearing from the co-panelists, but the folks in the audience as well, is compliance has evolved so much and there's so many new roles that we never considered in compliance and ethics. And so how do we make sure that we're bringing in folks that both bring those hard skills, as Kelli mentioned, but also they have character, that they recognize the importance of ethics in the work that we do.
And Monica?
I'm going to probably dive very specifically into one space. First of all, I agree with everybody, but that's why we're on the panel together, because we agree with each other on so many things, cut from the same cloth, and also so open-minded. Diversity of our backgrounds and our experiences is so great that we learn from each other. So this is the best part of being at Compliance Week, is being amongst our peers and learning, just constantly learning from each other. But with me and in my specific maybe focus, I'd like to dive into hiring on an international scale. So what does it look and feel like when you've got to hire an international team, which I've had to do at different jobs, including the current one?
I'm going to just pose my own request / query now, because one of my observations in our field of compliance for about 15 years has been, because it's relatively new in the corporate arena, it is open to more people to advance quicker, get more responsibility, and move up the ladder than in a older corporate discipline such as general counsel's office, which I came out of. And I think you three are really, you hit it on the head, Monica. I'm looking at three women with diversity on the panel, and I hope that you guys can communicate to the audience what I think, if you agree, that we really have an opportunity in our field to embrace that and bring in gender diversity, bring in racial diversity, bring in international diversity, and bring in a variety of voices that I think will make compliance a even stronger corporate function. But that's just my request. So with that, and Monica, we'll start with you because you started to talk about some of the things you hope to get out of Compliance 2023 this year. So why are you so excited about attending?
I am in the fortunate position of being, I don't know if we consider ourselves alum or returning attendees, but I've had the good fortune of attending before. And so have experienced, I think, just the benefit of, again, of the programming, the networking. I love going through the exhibition hall. I just think there's a lot to be said about meeting our peers, other professionals that, again, run the gamut from our legal professionals, attorneys, to our forensic firms that are there representing their aspect of the discipline, to our in-house peers. I think it's just a very rich collection of individuals all in one place, focused on all the different dynamics and aspects of what we call ethics and compliance. And I love it. I remain passionate about what I do every day. Hopefully it's infectious. I see Megan laughing because she's worked with me, as has Kelli. She knows how I feel about this field and how, despite my being an introvert, and I am a big one, if you can't probably tell right now, I've had to work at this, but I have totally overcome that because my passion for the work really supersedes all of that. And I try and maximize my experience while I'm there. And so, having been there before, having seen it before, it's different every time. And I appreciate that. The reality is it's a dynamic place, a dynamic universe that we work in. And so I'm looking forward to just the experience all over again.
Megan?
I think Monica took a lot of my answer. I'm looking forward to being back in person. We've done so much virtual conferencing and networking over the last couple of years. This will be the first time I've been back to a large conference in person. So I'm excited to meet folks that I've met virtually, but actually meet them in person. I'm really looking forward to some of the agenda items. There's a few things in there. The data analytics conversation is something I'm highly interested in on an individual level. But to Monica's point, getting back, sharing best practices with other people that love the field that we're in, meeting, sharing our common experiences is just something that I've missed so much over the last couple.
And Kelli?
Most of the conferences I go to are very government contractor oriented because I do public sector compliance. And the last one I went to, we actually had a panel of compliance professionals talking about having a compliance program. And oftentimes that doesn't happen in the government contractor space to have a compliance specific panel. And so that was just really great to hear from those panelists of how they've built out their programmatic approach and who they hire and how they do that. And I'm looking forward to my first compliance week conference to hear a lot of that, like 3 days of that, as opposed to just one panel of that. So I'm really glad to have the compliance focus, like how to build the program and not so much the subject matter focus.
There's a reason I call myself the compliance evangelist, and you ladies all have the passion I see in you, the passion I have for compliance. I'm greatly looking forward to your panel. I'm greatly looking forward to meeting you all in person in a couple of weeks, and wanted to thank you all again for taking the time to visit with me today.
Well,
It was a
you.
pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to do this, Tom. See you soon.